Okay.
And we are live.
Yes, we are.
Wow, that sometimes it just happens so quickly.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Good. So the dynamic duo is here fashionably late. Joey
We'll
is
blame it on the trio.
unable to attend today.
The third, yeah, he has to take care of some stuff today. So, it's
So-
your fault, Joseph, that we were late. You keep us on track.
So it's the dream team.
Yeah, it is the dream team.
All right.
Yeah.
So I hope everybody's doing well. It's Tuesday again.
And it's not raining, but it is freezing.
And it's not raining, and it is cold outside, and but it's January, so it should be cold.
We can't complain.
And snow will be on the way. It's on the way on the weekend, I think.
Oh,
And so look forward to that. Until then, we have a whole week ahead of us.
that's right, we do.
But we already had a whole day yesterday.
Yes, and what were we doing?
So we were installing a great show.
She's back.
Karin Bruckner on repeat.
That's right.
That's
on
what she's.
repeat. It's
that's
pretty
what-
funny.
That's what she's calling it.
Yeah, well, she's a character.
Yes, Karin Bruckner, a great print artist, and she had a show here last year, hugely successful.
Yes.
And so we can't get enough of her, so we had to bring her back. So she's back, and the show starts today.
That's right.
Right.
It does.
Yeah.
But do not be confused by the fact that we've brought this fabulous individual and talent back to our place, and that it's called On Repeat because nothing on our wall has been here before. It's a brand new show. If you like orange, this show is not for you.
There's no orange here.
No orange in this
There's a
one.
lot of orange behind us still.
There is.
The wall stays until the end of this month. There was an executive decision by Mariana.
There is.
She
I
said-
thought it was
yeah.
a bit radical, but I'm kind of liking it. I'm digging it. It's become our interactive, kind of like, it also shields the nonsense behind us. Our little fridge and our
Yeah,
tea
it
and
adds-
our water cooler.
It adds to the space.
It does, but clients, it's very funny. I was having this conversation with someone yesterday, and I said, the people who I would expect to say, oh my God, can I paint something there, are not saying it.
Right, yeah.
And other
It's an
people
interesting
who you would
experiment.
never expect
Mhm.
to want to share a thought openly
Yeah.
are. So I'm finding that it's kind of a therapy wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For whoever doesn't know, this is a follow-up from last week, of course, and you can't really see the entire wall. So, but there is a question that Mariana was posing for this year.
That's right. You'll hear it, I guess, every Tuesday until it's gone. But
Yes, so if
my
I-
question was, if hindsight is 2020, what is 2019?
Right, and all these words that you see and comments are, these are just some ideas, some answers by some
We've
of
got,
our
we
guests.
touched on some, the first time we got back together, last Tuesday, right?
Yes.
But we've got anticipation, we've got knowledge, calm, we've got new doors will open, we have
For-
crystal clear, impeachment near, no more fear, heading toward the light. Not sure who wrote that.
Karin Bruckner's foresight,
Foresight is
that's-
before hindsight. I guess that's very logical of her.
that makes complete sense.
Right. We've got the year we hear. We've got the age of Aquarius.
Love
you know
that.
what happens in the age of Aquarius. So
Love thy neighbor, and
it's
so
a lot of
it's
great
interesting.
stuff.
It's interesting and it's fun, and I think.
And it's still here, so come on in and we'll give you some paint, or come with your own markers or paint, whatever you want to do. It's yours.
What is 2019? What will it be?
Yeah,
Right?
it's whatever you're going to make it.
Exactly. For us, hopefully, it will be a lot more creativity,
Yes.
a lot more, more collaborations. I hope,
Yeah.
just like the ones that we just released a series of images, an editorial called Governors.
Uh-huh.
You saw that, right? And so that's a collaboration that took place last year. One of our shoot collaborations, it's like fashion, hair, beauty collaborations, and what happens there is we get together as a group and we expand on our portfolios. We're testing out some ideas, and I think that's a great group effort. The price is or the pay, so to speak, is the images that we can all use to showcase our work. So we get together with makeup artists, photographers, models, stylists, fashion designers, you name it. It could be a flower artist, it could be a light designer, it could be, it doesn't matter.
It's not just about hair and makeup and photographer, and it's whoever initiates.
It goes beyond.
Has that theme in mind, and then starts pulling from their Rolodex. I don't know if everyone will know what that is, but their contacts and says, who can I use on this? Who would be great for this kind of shoot?
So the photographer for this series, Ricardo from Region Mas Transparente, you give a shout out to him and he'll let you know exactly why he named his company that way. But he lives and works in Mexico, and he comes to New York usually once a year, and he wants to collaborate with us.
Yeah, he has some fun.
He sets up a lot of different shoots, different locations, and we help him get the group together. It's always a lot of fun, great creative time, and
I want to give our fashion shout outs, because we couldn't do it without the clothing that our stylists or
for this particular shoot, this is one of 4 shoots that we did in a 4 or 3 day span. So we were quite busy that
I know we had our house guy, Paul Carroll.
That summer weekend. So we had, this was a vintage shoot, so we had incorporated a couple of pieces by Hamlet's Vintage.
Yes.
Great shop downtown here, Hamlet.
He's quite popular.
Amazing store.
Hi, Hamlet.
Hi, Hamlet. And then, of course, Paul Carroll. We also were able to introduce at least one piece I know of. In that shoot, and also by Maiko Suzuki. Jewelry, which is beautifully portrayed in these images. So we went to Governor's Island. 2 models from Fenton Modeling Agency.
Okay, good. Melanie
and Olivia. They were excellent for this shoot, and we had a lot of fun. Monica Sago, makeup. We worked with her before, and hopefully we'll work with her again. Amazing makeup artist, very talented, and so it all fell together. And check out the images. Go to the salon page. Go to the
so just Miidoma.com
/salon, and go to the portfolio. Go to the collection area of that page. You will see that series. And more to come.
Right. And if you're on the website, you can go ahead and peek around and check it out.
Yeah.
We've got everything broken up there.
So this was a little, as I said, it was a vintage inspired shoot versus amazing Governor's Island. If you have never been, it's a great spot to be, especially during the week when there's nobody but you in the island. It's kind of it's a magical place. But the theme was vintage 70s, so the dresses and were inspired by that too. So the hair had to be, of course, 70s, and there was texture, but it's almost like crimping, but not. It looked like texture in one of the Olivia's hair. It was almost like a grown-up perm.
Right.
Which was interesting. So we were able to just test some different textures. It was super windy. It was amazingly windy. So for whoever works with hair and goes on locations and works outside and has to deal with the elements, that was lots of fun. You had to time the wind gusts just so.
That's right.
So, and of course, the photographer to make sure that he gets the clicks in the right.
Well, when you're talking about vintage and you're talking about 70s, that's kind of an era where everything went. So it's whatever.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah, it's a lot like 2019.
It wasn't. The hair wasn't too.
Why not?
Wasn't too placed, but
that's
I think
right.
we got the direction across.
Free spirit.
Free spirit.
Free hair.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's good. I want to touch base again on the lovely lady over your shoulder again, that project.
Oh,
People
Nazia,
didn't
yes.
tune in last week when we introduced it. We've got Nazia on the shirt. I don't know if they can see it. Your head might be too big.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. Yeah,
I think you can see it.
So Nazia is the first of our creative immigrants that we are using in our pro-immigration story that came out of your head the summer of 2017. And we are basically celebrating all of the dreamers that come here and are in the arts, somehow involved in the arts. So she being a fashionista and a feminist, yay Nazia! She made it. You know, she's our first person on the t-shirt that's interactive as well, kind of like our wall here. But the t-shirt has a QR code, and I can also give it away, right? If they're on the website already checking out your collection, they can check out Nazia's story, because if you scan the QR code on the t-shirt, whether it's you yourself or your friends or a complete stranger walking behind you on the street if you're wearing one, they will be brought to the same page.
Yes.
And it's like a 6 or 7 minute story on
Yeah,
how she discovered the dream within her.
Beautifully shot by Anthony.
Yay!
Great direction and great video.
A very, very patient man.
And also, a great editor too. So he brought this story together visually, and so anybody can see that and can experience, her dream basically.
Yeah.
Her dream in New York
And
City.
we're looking for other creatives who want to come in and share your story. If you're not local and you want to email us, I would like to start sharing little tidbits from everyone who's passed through this city, or even, gosh, we can expand on that, right? We all have dreams within us, and some happen and some don't. But I think the part of being a dreamer, of always hoping, always carrying that in your heart, you never give up on that. You have that vision as to what you want.
Yeah, I mean, this whole project is about sparking the discussion, right? The conversation about what's the city made out of? The people that live here, the people that walk here. Who are they? And let's just pick a few that we know that have a great story, and let's feature them. That's really what this is about. It's special in their own way, of course, because it's their story, right?
Right.
This happens to be this image that we've picked for the shirt. Happens to be one of the images that was created during a fashion shoot. So this also, the image itself is a collaboration, and it's part of her story because she's in fashion, and so it's all intertwined. In the end, I think you can connect all the dots.
That's right. And I want to point out that fabulous pink afro is not an afro.
It's a faux fro. Yeah,
she's a traditional brunette, and
has,
oh my goodness, we brought her to blonde, and then we brought her to pink. She's been a lot of different colors.
Yeah, actually, we featured a couple of posts ago. We featured our top 10, Nazia's top 10 transformations.
And we have another one coming of another person.
And that's just one example on how you can really change your look and change your hair, but you also have to change. You have to change more than that, just the hair, the makeup, and of course, the way you dress, I think, helps too, and even your attitude. You have to be ready for a new look.
Right, and it doesn't happen overnight.
It doesn't happen
overnight. You do not go from
no.
brunette to blonde, and you do not go from blonde to pink, where it's actually going to hang on.
But bigger transformations, from black to white, those take longer.
Right.
Should take longer if you want to keep the integrity of the hair intact. So, but that just shows you. You can do a lot of different things. If you let us do whatever,
Shakira do
whatever we think can be done, and what is best and what's fun in the moment. So this was just for the shoot. we set her hair, and it looks as if she has super textured hair. And it's almost like cotton candy with the color.
Yeah.
So a lot of fun, of course. One shampoo and it's all back to her own texture.
Right, but I have to say, when I was in 9th grade, many of these people were not born. And I went to a school dance. I was 14 years old, and I crimped my hair. And I wanted to be very Rosanna Dana. And let me tell you, I kind of achieved it. But the crimper back then was huge, heavy. The hinge was so tense.
Probably super hot and not so.
Probably super hot. I don't remember it because it was my sister. Thanks, sis.
Was it a crimper or was it a waffle iron? What do you?
Oh, I don't know. We called it a crimper, but but now that you mention it, I probably could have made a really good waffle in it. It was huge. It was like finger thick. And now you have instruments for people. I sometimes assume everybody's a stylist, but no, because we're about fashion, art, and beauty. You have crimpers that are so tiny now.
Yeah, you have all sizes. You have all. I mean, they're very specific. You can pretty much get
tiny
anything.
crimps,
You have
short crimps.
Yeah, much bigger advantage now with all the tools that are available than then.
Right.
So much easier to work. The results are so much better. It's better for the hair. So yeah.
We're going to be posting another transformation, a young lady who is always up for anything, Miranda. I asked Michael to put together something to show her processes of what she's done.
Yeah, Miranda is a great example on somebody who says, okay, so whatever you want to do is fine with me, and it's like, oh wow, that's interesting. The carte blanche is great, but you still kind of, okay, so let's talk about this. But she's really somebody, she really adapts to any idea. She takes it.
Another fashion background, though.
Yeah, as it is, and runs with it.
Yes.
Lives it and enjoys it, and she never really even questions it afterwards.
I wanted to point it out because in some of those images you'll see, I don't know if it's the pink Miranda or the orange Miranda that you'll be seeing, but you'll see a tiny little crimp or two.
Yeah,
in certain placement in her hair, and pay attention to that because that crimper was so tiny. I was amazed, but the effect is incredible.
Especially a photograph highlights every detail.
Yes.
For whoever works on photo shoots, especially beauty shots, gotta be so detailed. Every tiny detail. Almost like the eye can't see it, but the lens sees it and wants you to see that image. So every mistake, small as it is being exposed, and every beautiful detail gets exposed, and that's amazing too. So,
you don't want to rush through it either when you do a photo shoot because you've got people who say, "Well, I'll take care of it in post. I'll take care of it in post production."
You want to have it.
We don't want it so cleaned up that you remove the personality of the individual. Not necessarily. I mean, if that's part of your theme, then yes, right? But I prefer when models look real, and I think over the course of the last few years, big brands have been hearing the year we hear, big brands have been hearing that we want to be able to relate to the people that we see in magazines. We don't want them all photoshopped. There is no probably 45-year-old without one wrinkle, right? Maybe younger. I had gray hair when I was 16, so there you go. But I'm 55, and you take this light away, and all you see are shadows with this darling nose like Fatty Rice. You see shadows, so I can appreciate well-lit photo shoots, but you don't have to completely wipe away your canvas unless that's how you work.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have a lot of advantages, in the digital format because you can erase or you can can alter image afterwards to a certain degree. It depends on what as you said, on what your ideas are.
Right.
But
and I say, unless that's how you work, don't wipe it away unless that's how you work. Based on that documentary that we saw. I forget his name. The makeup artist.
Kevin Aquan?
Yes. Amazing individual, amazing talent, and one of the things that all of his celebrity clientele were saying about him, that he was amazing at erasing a face.
And completely
drawing out, literally and figuratively, the essence of the individual, the beauty. He just enhanced what was there on his canvas. So that's what I meant by saying, unless that's what you do, unless that's part of it.
Right.
If it's not part of it, if that's not your niche, right? If that's not how you work, then I do prefer to see real people. I was watching a little girl walking with probably her best friend. I don't know, we call these Midoma stories. But it seemed to be a young girl and her best friend, maybe 8 or 9 or 10, and one of their fathers walking backwards. And he had a lens, maybe he was working on a photo project, and he was just shooting these girls
kids
talking.
From school, yes.
Yeah, he was right in front of them,
Yeah.
so he was with these young girls. And he was shooting them, and I said, oh my God, at that age I would kill my father if he took the crooked teeth, one was half in, there was a giant gap in the middle, and then I walked past and I said, everyone is so beautiful. We are all so beautiful. It's all of that stuff that we moan and complain about, skin tags and age spots at certain ages.
And make that special.
Yes, we're all so beautiful, and I hope those children that are watching realize that we're all so special in our own way, and we should celebrate that instead of mock each other for it.
Oh yeah, diversity, individuality, and and every moment is different. What we're doing, like creating beautiful moments with beauty here, or in a photo. I mean, it's an amazing process.
Yeah.
And to do it like for a photo or in real life,
yes.
For a person, for them and for us.
Joey always gives homework, so if he was here, he would say, he took that card from me, the homework thing. If he was here, he would say, anyone who is a creative to try to get a shoot together. It doesn't take a lot, it takes time, energy, but whoever initiates, you've got the theme, and if you just give yourself a few minutes, I go to my meditation spot, which is usually washing the dishes here at the store, to whatever it is for you, or you can just zone out for a few minutes and think about, get that vision and be like, wow, that's really cool. And it could be anything. It could be starting now for a photo shoot based off of what you want to be for Halloween. How many crazy Halloween people do we have in our lives? They plan it a year and a half in advance. Well, this is what I'm doing this year, but next year I'm going to. Yeah. So that's kind of like, you could be inspired from anything. I know a fashion student once said that they were inspired from a manhole cover on a fashion line. So I was like, okay, that's, you never know. The way that you see something, the way that you think of it as you're viewing it.
You can be, the one who initiates, who gives the inspiration. Because a lot of times I feel that the hair is sort of like an add-on. It's kind of like, well, we need somebody who's doing the hair, but the idea is this, and then, we need somebody to do the hair. But what about if you, bring in the hairdresser and say, so this is the idea, so what do you think you're going to do with the hair? Like, what is it that we can, and have this, like a true collaboration, and where you, as the artist, brings in and directs almost like the vision,
right?
Which I think it should be. It shouldn't be an add-on. It should be an equal part.
Well,
like makeup.
This is what we think about life,
like
right?
Styling, like fashion, the photography itself, equal parts. It's not about an add-on. So yes, hairdressers can initiate too. They can say, I have this idea and let me get the team together, instead of, oh, the photographer is doing that or a fashion stylist is doing it, because those are the ones who are directing it. We can do it as well.
Right.
We're just as good and creative.
Right, you're not an add-on.
As every other
hairstylists are super important, but each piece is important.
Yes, equal.
You
Equally
can't do a
important.
photo shoot without the light,
Right.
right? So you can't do a photo shoot without proper hair, without proper makeup.
That's why it's important to when you do a shoot, you want to think ahead and prep the hair, because on the day you're limited on what can be done with the hair. So we are going
Yeah,
out.
Mama Nature.
Yeah, we're going out of our way beforehand to just make sure that the hair is as perfect as can be for whatever we have in mind. A lot of times you just have models show up on the set, the hairdresser shows up on the set, and they've never met before, never touched the hair before. You can be up for a surprise. Oh, the hair is not clean, the color doesn't look good, the hair is maybe not, it's in poor condition. The texture you're trying to achieve, the shape's not right, needed a haircut before. There's so many things that can be addressed if you have the time beforehand. Just saying,
Right,
you need
and
to.
this is what I always say, keep in mind, no matter what you do, I always suggest keep a notebook. Because in that notebook, whatever went positively splendid goes on one side.
Yes.
Whatever fell apart becomes a bullet point that you know you must address on your next collaboration.
I just think if you go above and beyond, you elevate yourself and you are the true professional artist that you want to be seen as.
Right.
Instead of like winging it, and you're at a disadvantage. So make sure that you just can work the way you really want to work, and because the image will be that much better and something that you can really put in your portfolio and say, this is my work, and it's not like, oh yeah, this is okay, I had to wing it.
Right.
I don't think that's right.
No, it's
The
not.
photographer wouldn't do
Although
it.
sometimes it is fun.
The photographer wouldn't just wing it.
Sometimes it's fun.
Well, of course.
Sometimes it's fun
That's
because
what
you can also overthink
Yeah.
things. So no, I'm not being a hypocrite right now.
No,
I'm just
no.
saying, understand, whoever initiates it, you can get an idea, but what did we learn? You can get an idea while you're washing dishes or walking down the street and you see a manhole
Of
cover.
course.
You say, oh my God, this would be great, and oh gosh, I would love this kind of gown and that kind of hat, and let's see, what do we do in the middle? Let me call so-and-so. What would you think would be a great hair color for this if you're the hairstylist? Or, what hairstylists are in trendy neighborhoods that can help if you're the photographer? You know, we've got so much social media to use to gain people.
Well, we have the advantage that we are in a city, New York, that has so many great talents right here.
Yes,
So
amen.
if you are in the mood for a photo shoot, you have an idea to find the people to do it with, this is a great place. This is one of those places where I think you can get a team anytime.
That's right. So who from you guys watching, who's going to go out and do a photo shoot, or who has one in the works?
Well, maybe somebody is doing it right now.
Yeah,
As we speak.
planning it, sketching it out.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, I hope this year brings a lot of creativity. We got to open our minds,
Yes.
you know. You've got to stay focused and be open at the same time. That sounds hypocritical. It's kind of like your favorite American term, the same but different.
That's right. It is a great term. But yeah, stay focused, but also let the creativity take over, and let moments just happen, because sometimes you can't plan everything,
Right.
and those spontaneous moments where you have to do something,
I was once on a
It's okay, too.
stage that I had to walk through a door frame. I had to go through the door. It was a door frame. There was a door. I grabbed the doorknob. It fell off. What do you do? God bless live theater. You walk around the door frame. The audience acknowledges and go right back with it. Couldn't go through the door, right? So you have to go around the door. So you can plan and you can have all these great ideas. And again, you've got your notebook of what worked great and what didn't work so great. So you always keep that and you address that with your next creative team. that's putting together a shoot or collaboration of any kind. But know that you can plan, but some stuff can still go wrong. So character is how we deal with that, right?
Yeah, but in the end, I think it's amazing if you have your own portfolio and you can show off your work, to your clients in the salon as well, because that puts you on a whole different level, and you can talk about your work, and there's just so much.
They can choose from your work instead of something out of Elle or Vogue.
Yeah.
They can choose out of your portfolio
Right.
what they can do instead of pulling a page out of a magazine.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I would say we're going to start our day, and you guys should get creative.
Yeah.
Get working on
I
those
hope everybody's
ideas.
having a great week.
Stay inspired.
Creatively speaking, with lots of beautiful moments.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you're walking by 8th Avenue between 37th and 38th, come on up.
Come on up.
We've got some paint.
See the show.
Yes,
Or-
Karen's
Or
show.
get a great haircut.
That's
great
right.
Hair color.
That's right.
We're here.
We are here.
All right. So I'm going to switch us off
Shuffle off
so
to
we
Buffalo.
can get to it.
Okay.
All right. So I'll see you next week.
You guys have a great day.
Yeah. Let's see who joins us next week.
That's right.
All right.
I've got a couple of people. We'll see.
Okay.